that as well. Each binder is a series of cards.
Normally they're releasing around 4 sets a year, and with 25 years with Pokemon, it's 100 binders.
Looking at the Guinness Book of World Records largest Pokemon collection. So if you watch SM Pratt, he always talks about like this.
Again, sperm of the sperm whale.
I don't know. I think we're going to see some really cool stuff. So let's get into it, and I'll give whatever kind of input I feel like I could give. Being a local Pokemon professor, work at a Pokemon shop, been doing this for years, collecting for years. Hopefully I have a little bit of insight. Whatever, let's get into the video.
My name is Per Isøy Nielsen.
And I'm Jens Isøy.
We just broke the record for largest collection of Pokemon cards. What you see here is a curated selection of the most interesting cards.
Right there. So we're going to see, they said curated selection, I guess, of like their most interesting cards. These are all gold stars.
Interesting.
And...
Oh my god! We just pulled the Rayquaza Gold Star!
So if you're just collecting the new stuff, you don't understand gold stars, think of like the alternate arts that we have right now. That's kind of like the introduction of the gold stars. These were a higher tier of rarity that the Pokemon company wanted to make. They're all made by the same artist, and they all kind of like break that Pokemon barrier, and they had the gold star up on the top. So besides just being a rarity, they also had a game mechanic in the game, and I believe limited to 1 gold star per deck. But these are like the cream of the crop rarity in cards that you can pull out of a pack.
And the rest are in the binders.
Yeah, and actually some in the boxes on the floor.
That as well. Each binder is a series of cards.
Normally they're releasing around 4 sets a year, and with 25 years with Pokemon, it's 100 binders.
Shining Charizard. It's shining. That's always a good combination for expensive cards. It's around $3,500. Vaporeon. This one is in a perfect condition. Roughly $3,500 as well. Just like
Okay, so that Vaporeon, that's something different. That was a 10. And you'll think, okay, Jungle was printed to heck, and Vaporeon was actually, not only was it in the Jungle booster packs, but it was also in this theme deck. Every one of these theme decks had a Vaporeon in it. And I've seen other people like open up these boxes to find that Vaporeon. The reason why it's so expensive as a 10 is you could see that holofoil pattern in the background, and the Pokemon is pretty small. So when we got like a light holofoil pattern, a smaller Pokemon, almost like a mirror holofoil pattern, it's really easy to see scratches. It's really common to see print lines, and Jungle is really notorious of having like kind of a poor print quality. Like I've opened plenty of pack fresh cards from Jungle that just don't even get a 9. Sometimes they just get an 8. So yeah, it's a really, really hard card to get at a 10. That's why this isn't a $3,500 box, because if it was easy to get these as a 10, 1, it wouldn't be worth that much as a 10, and 2, yeah, this box would be worth a lot more money. But yeah, that Vaporeon is definitely something that has a low pop. I'll put the pop, and when people say pop, that's a population report. So yeah, pop report for PSA. Definitely a low population of PSA 10 Vaporeons, and that's why it's such big money.
like everything else, Pokemon cards gain value by supply and demand. But over the past few years, cards have exploded in price. The base set, the first row here, Vaporeon is my favorite Pokemon. We needed 1 card, this Moltres here, and we spent a lot of money getting that card, and our parents were not very happy.
We were told to stop using money on Pokemon cards. It didn't go quite that way, but...
I love how they did this together, and that they have that connection to a Moltres. I still remember the last card I and my brother needed to complete our like 151, and that was a Hitmonchan that we picked up at Universal Studios. It was one of the most exciting things, and it gives me that like kind of extra relationship to Hitmonchan. Even though it isn't a super expensive card, it just has a special place in my heart.
Number 6, we have another Gold Star, Kyogre, as close to perfect condition as it can be, $35.50. Number 5, Tropical Tidal Wave, promo card you got in the World Championship in 2005. There's only 4 graded 10 in the entire world, with around $5,000.
Ooh, I got one of these too. Check it out. Let me flex. It's not a 10. It's not even in English, but it still has the artwork, and I think it's cool to get these World Series cards right here. Fun fact, each one of these World Championship cards has a Psyduck in it. So always look for the Psyduck in the World Championship cards. It's something that they started and they just kept on doing.
Number 4, World Championship card in 2017. It has the champion stamp on it, around 5,000.
Another Vaporeon. So it's the first edition jungle version, around $7,000, $7,500.
First Vaporeon that we showed was not the first edition. It was the unlimited edition jungle. I mentioned this before in my very first video actually. So all the Vaporeons that you're gonna get out of this theme deck right here are going to be unlimited. To get a first edition Vaporeon, you would have had to have bought in a first edition jungle pack, and that's how you get a first edition Vaporeon. I wonder if they're going to show the no symbol. That's a cool other error / printing of jungle where they don't have the jungle symbol next to them. It'll be cool if they had I'm sure they do, a PSA 10 first edition unlimited and jungle air Vaporeon.
Generation 2 was released. They made variations of Pokemon, the shiny Pokemon. This Voltorb, that is normally white and red.
Ponyta, it's my all-time favorite shiny, I think. And the one I have used a lot of time trying to get in the video games. And yeah, it just wouldn't happen.
Okay, so shiny Pokemon is a real big thing, especially for collectors. Like so many of the people who buy Pokemon cards, they don't really even play the game, they collect. And shiny Pokemon is that extra level of collection that if you've gotten in the last couple years, you might have seen in like Shining Fates or Hidden Fates, but it's something that, like they mentioned, came in the Generation 2 of Pokemon. So yeah, it's just really cool to see those shiny Ponyta, shiny Voltorb, and the other early shiny Pokemon that came out.
I really spent many hours on that.
The way they do Dittos, there's a different Pokemon on the 9 different cards, because Ditto can transform into any Pokemon. They get these bead-like eyes, so the face is wrong, but it's a Pikachu, but it's a Ditto card. Another gold star, given to participants in organized plays back in 2005. This was the first expensive card I bought. It wasn't as expensive then, but right now it sits at around $15,000.
Oh, that is beautiful. So yeah, like he's saying, the Pop Series 5. So Pop Series 5s, like he just mentioned, were packs that were given out to people who play the game. As a professor, we had the player packs right now, and this right here is 2. So these packs aren't sold in stores like Walmart and Target. They're only giving out at usually local card shops who do Pokemon tournament events, and that's how you get these packs. Now early on, like this one was in 2007, they had the Pop Series packs. Pop Series 5, last time I checked, just a single one of those packs go for $500, and that's because you can get this Espeon or the Umbreon. And now we're going to see that this Gym 10 Espeon is worth like over $10,000, whereas the Umbreon is worth even more than that. These are gold stars from a pack from basically a promo pack, thinking that the number 1 card is either going to be a first edition base set Charizard or it's going to be an Umbreon gold star. But yeah, let's check it out.
And number 1 of the list, it's another fan favorite, at first edition Charizard from base set, and it's shadowless.
Okay. So, alright, these guys aren't from America, so they're allowed to say it's shadowless. It's first edition and shadowless. Though it's definitely a pet peeve to myself, and I imagine a lot of other collectors, when people talk about base set Pokemon being first edition and shadowless, as all first edition English base set Pokemon are shadowless, with the exception of Machamp. So I don't know. It's just something weird. I guess it's kind of like when people say like ATM machine, when M in ATM is machine. So it's like saying whatever AT stands for, and then machine. I don't know. That's just one of my biggest pet peeves, and it's funny that these guys say it, but I'm letting them go because they're not from America. And I say that because, like I said before, all English first edition base set cards are shadowless, with the exception of Machamp. But when you look at the French, the German, the Italian, all other base set first edition cards have the shadow. English is the only one that had the first edition stamp being shadowless. So if you see an English one with a shadow that's on a Machamp, that's first edition, it's a fake. Or it's from another language. So, I mean, some good knowledge. Oh yeah, also, there's my first edition Charizard. Not nearly worth as much as that 9 graded one. This is my childhood one. This is actually mine and my brother's childhood. First edition base set Charizard. Notice I didn't say shadowless. All right, let's keep on going.
Graded 9 goes for around $20,000.
So that's the top 10. It's surreal to have this certificate.
We have been working to reach this goal for so long, and now we actually reached it, and it's so cool.
We're not done.
No, not at all. But we will return with the 30 years anniversary and see if we can break our own record.
That was really awesome. I hope you guys enjoyed that video, learning something about Pokemon, seeing an incredible collection. One day I got to show my collection as well, the whole thing, even though it's just a fraction the size of theirs. Well, if you enjoyed this video and you want to see other videos like this where I take credit for somebody else's hard work, I'm just kidding. I try to add a bit more of my commentary and check out these awesome videos. Definitely subscribe, like the video, comment if you have another video that you want me to see. If not, I have a few ideas of videos that will be coming up shortly. We all have a wonderful day. See you guys later. Oh, and if you're in the Houston area, come down to Spuds TCG in Baybrook area on Monday, Wednesday, or Saturday. Or if you want to go to a tournament, come see me on Fridays in Pearland Town Center. See you guys later. Bye.